In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make your own unique and cool blog header. Blog headers are not something that you have to purchase. You can make them yourself and you can make them in an afternoon. So let's get started. Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Shayda Campbell, and on this channel I do art tutorials, art and tech. There's new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And today I'm going to show you as best I can how to make your own blog header. We're going to be using a photo and design software that's in browser, so if you have internet access, you can get access to this. It's called PicMonkey, and if you'd like to try it for yourself, you can click the link in the video description. Okay, so here we are at PicMonkey. This is photo editing and design software that's in browser. It's really easy to use, and it's a good monthly price or a good yearly price. And I found it amazingly helpful when I started out in blogging and YouTubing. So I'm gonna go into my PicMonkey hub. We're gonna go create new, and then we're gonna create a blank canvas. Now you need to know the dimensions of your blog header. I just looked up, I've got it in another tab here. What's a blog header size? This is suggesting 1140 by 300 pixels. You know, whatever you're making. If you're making an Instagram graphic, just make it a square. It could be 2000 by 2000 pixels. So know the size of the thing that you want to make, and we're going to enter it up here in our little custom area. I doubled the size of that suggested one. I want it to be a little bit larger. And basically we're just creating our canvas, or we're creating our template. It's totally blank. And there's my header, and now I can get started. And over on the left-hand side of the screen here, there's a menu. I'm just gonna start with the text. That's an easy one, T for text. I've got the whole menu there, and I'm going to input the name of my fictional blog, which is Audrey and Teddy. And I am going to choose a cute font. So if I scroll down through the text menu, you can see there's a bunch of different menus, but we're starting with text. I get down to this handwriting section, and there's all these amazing hand lettered fonts, and you can see me going through and browsing around a few different ones here, but I just like to test out a couple until one sort of feels right, and you can see what the name of your blog looks like in all these different fonts. And when one kind of looks cool, go with it, and you can see as I move my name around there's guidelines, so I always know when it's centered in the horizontal and in the vertical. So that looks nice. I like the black and white. And then I'm going over to the overlays menu. So I've gone down to that shape icon, and I think the magic all happens in the design section of the overlays menu. There's all these great shapes, and there's ripped paper, and there's chalk, and there's brush strokes, and there's pattern work, and these are just so helpful. So that's what I'm going to grab today, is one of these gorgeous brush strokes. I do like just the classic black and white. It's very minimal blogger cool, but this is cool too. So now this is on top. So what I want to do is go over to my layers. This is the layers icon way down here in the bottom left. You can click it anytime you need it to show up, and you can just drag your layers into the order that you need them to be in. So obviously I want this brush stroke to be in the back, and I can stretch it, I can resize it, I can change the color. I want to go for like a nice peachy, and I'm just creating this blog header that's like very minimal, very cool girl, minimal blogger, cool girl style. So I've changed the black text to just like a dark gray, just to make it interesting. And then I'm going to write the tagline. A lot of blogs or YouTube channels, you want to have kind of your, what are you, you know, on my YouTube channel, it says new video every Friday or something. So you maybe have a little piece of info that you want to get across, and that is what the tagline is there for, to help people understand what you do or who you are. Right now you're watching me just kind of resize everything. I want that brush stroke both behind the title of the blog and the tagline. And then I'm done. I'm going to go to export. You can put your name in there, your title, and then just click export. It will download into your downloads folder. And let's just try it all over again. I've created another blank header here, and I think I'm going to start with the text menu again. So we go to T for text. I'm looking through the menu. I'm just going to put in my name, Shayda. I'll make myself a header this time, and I'm going to use a pretty hand lettering font again. I'll get that about the size that I like. I'm going to show you a trick. I'm going to angle it a little. And then what I'm gonna do is Command C and Command V, just like on your regular computer, Command C, Command V, and then I'll put my last name in the second copied text box. And that way I just know that both of those are angled the exact same way. And then with that in mind, I can play around, make sure they look good. I can kind of offset them a little bit, but I know that the angle is the same. That's the worst, when one is angled slightly more than the other or something like that. So now that I've got my name there, classic black and white, but we're gonna go a little further than minimal cool girl. I'm back in the overlays menu here. There's all kind of seasonal overlays, there's holiday overlays, and I found all these great ones in the seasonal section. Yeah, they're just really cool little illustrative icons. I could have illustrated them myself on my tablet, but I didn't have to because I have PicMonkey. So I'm just kind of collecting or adding ones that speak to me and my aesthetic and the channel. And of course my channel is all about art, but I draw a lot of botanicals and I love tea, so I'm just adding all of my favorite things. And of course you can change the colors of these icons. So if you see something you like, but you're like, oh, I don't want that color though, I don't want a blue leaf, you can change it up. And I actually like the blue of the teacup, so I'll leave that. And next, let's see what else we have here. Oh, we've got stationery supplies. That's kind of cool. I could add scissors or a little notebook. That's looking good. And I'm just going to put these in and kind of create a blog header that's a little more cutesy than the first one we did, which is quite minimal. And obviously you can rotate each of these, you can move them around, change the color. And then I decided I would also like to add a background color. And you can see I added a brush stroke, just the same as what we did the first time, but of course a different brush stroke. I put it in white, then changed it to this pretty peachy pink background color. And the whole thing is really coming together nicely. It's looking really cute. I'll add my tagline, but this time I'm going to offset it so the tagline doesn't necessarily have to be in the center. It looks kind of cool off to the right or left. And I'm back in the same design section of the overlays menu on the left, and I'm grabbing this nice chalk line. That's really cool. I love that. Of course, I'm going to change that to white to match the brush stroke that I have behind my name. And this is coming together. It's looking really cute. The last idea that I had was just to add a pen so that it kind of looks like the pen is drawing that line that I just put there. So we'll grab this pen from over here and we'll just rotate it, we'll resize it, super simple, and we'll place it. And everything looks really cool. And you can see I've created this blog header or YouTube channel art that looks so custom, so cool. This is exactly my whimsical style, and it was super simple. Okay, now I'm gonna do one last thing that's really cool. So I've grabbed this, I've put this icon in, and then I can actually erase part of that icon. It won't erase anything else as long as you're in this little menu on the right here that comes up when you add a graphic. You can erase part of the graphic. So if part of it's in your way or you just don't want part of it, like I didn't want that leaf, you can just go to the eraser section and get rid of it. And then of course you can change the color, which is what I'm doing here, and voila, this is my fictional blog header for my real YouTube channel. All right, let's click export and save this. We'll save it by downloading it to the computer. And yeah, okay, I'm working on another one here. We're just sort of jumping right in. This one, of course, I started with a brush stroke, which you've already seen me do. But here what I'm doing is I added a second one, and then I'm gonna change the color of the second one to be something quite similar, but different, obviously, very pastel. And I have lowered the opacity of both of them, so I've faded both of them slightly, and that way, by having two different colors that are faded but similar but different colors, they look almost like a watercolor splotch. And that's just a great place to start our header, I think, with this watery, translucent, blotch. And then I'm coming over here, I'm grabbing this much more geometric shape. I've made the middle of this square transparent because you can change all the colors and you can always change to transparent. That's always a choice. And then you can see me just moving it around, kind of trying to get it in just the right spot. And of course the guidelines are there to help me center it. And then what I want to do is I want to erase part of it. Oops. But first I'm going to change it to kind of a beigey brown. I want it to look kind of like rose gold. So I'm changing the color. And then I'm going along at the bottom and I'm erasing, and I'm just going to zoom in so you can see and I can see, but yeah, I'm just erasing, and then it looks like it's all one. It's much more cohesive and beautiful design. And I love the way that brushwork looks with the more harsh geometric square. Really cool. Then I'm going to add some text right in the middle. This fictional blog is going to be called Shimmer and Sparkle. So this is more maybe like a makeup blog or something. And yeah, just making sure I'm using 3 different text boxes so that I can space them exactly the way I want to. And then I'm going to pick up all of them, move them into the middle. One other little touch is that I want to change the font from black to that same beigey color that I chose for the square so that it kind of looks like rose gold. Not exactly, but close enough. And then I want to go looking for some stars. I want to get some sparkle on this Shimmer and Sparkle blog. So I finally found the stars. They were in the basic section of the overlays menu. And I'm using that same beigey color. And I've got one. And then what I'm going to do is just Command C, Command V. So paste, and then Command V, Command V, Command V. So copy, paste, 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 paste. And that's how I got a whole bunch all the same size really quickly. And I just moved them around until I had something that I thought looked pretty. And I decided not to do a tagline for this one. So I can export. And then I sort of had an idea as I was downloading this. What if I maybe put a more organic shape on top? So I got rid of the blue brushwork. So I'm just down to the 1 brush stroke, getting rid of all the sparkles. And I'm going to change up the colors, but basically it's just 1 brush stroke, the circular brush stroke with a wreath on top. So I kind of like the way those played together. Just this beautiful botanical circle, and a wreath is always classic on top of just a simple brushwork or a simple watercolor splotch. So really nice. Looks like something that an Etsy designer would make for you or something. So, and then when you see the green with the grayish green, it just looks nice and very understated, but simple and pretty. We're gonna make something that maybe would be like for a cooking blog. So I'm gonna call this blog Olive. And I think I will have to scroll down and grab another of my favorite handwriting fonts. I'm very drawn to these. I use them often on my own channel. And we'll just make sure that that is in the very center. I'm going to select all of them, make sure all of them are in the very center. And then to finish this up, I am basically just adding the tagline in, again, another handwritten font, but a slightly different one. Keep it interesting. And I'm writing my tagline, which is like fresh ideas for fresh food eats or something like that. This is all just make-believe, just examples. And I've just used the space bar to kind of space that out. You could do 2 separate text boxes, and yeah, I decided to change this. I'm changing this, although it doesn't really matter. It's not real. So whatever, but I just, fresh and easy meals, fresh ideas for fresh and easy meals. Okay, I'm gonna let this go since this is just an example anyways. All right, well, just to recap, all we really used on PicMonkey today was the fonts menu and the overlays menu. So we're just adding some lettering, adding some graphics, and we came up with some really beautiful and cool and interesting and unique headers. I hope you found this helpful. Please leave any comments and questions below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon with a new tutorial. Thanks for watching.